Did you know Mike Tyson won his first 19 professional fights by knockout? This is a rare achievement, one that firmly establishes his reputation as a knockout artist and left a lasting impression on the sport of boxing. To this day, Tyson's name is synonymous with sheer force and intensity. But who was Mike Tyson? And why is he regarded as one of the greatest boxers of all time? This video will take you through the incredible journey of Tyson's rise to fame, his battles both inside and outside the ring, and the legacy he has left in the world of boxing. Stay tuned till the end to uncover the defining moments that made Tyson a legend and the surprising twists that shaped his unforgettable story. Michael Gerard Tyson was born on July 30th, 1966 in Brooklyn, New York, to Jimmy Kirkpatrick and Lorna Tyson. When he was 2, his father left, leaving his mother to care for him and his 2 siblings, Rodney and Denise. The family faced financial hardships and moved to Brownsville, a crime-ridden area in Brooklyn. Small and quiet, Tyson was often bullied, leading him to develop his own street fighting style, which soon led to petty crime. By age 11, he was part of a gang called the Jolly Stompers, where he was tasked with emptying cash registers, while older members held victims at gunpoint. Tyson had frequent run-ins with the law. At just 13, young Mike had been arrested over 30 times. His behavior led to his placement at the Tryon School for Boys in upstate New York. There he met counselor Bob Stewart, a former amateur boxing champion. Tyson asked Stewart to teach him how to box, and Stewart agreed on the condition that Tyson would avoid trouble and improve in school. Despite being initially labeled as having a learning disability, Tyson raised his reading level to the 7th grade in a few months. He became obsessed with boxing, often sneaking out of bed after curfew to practice his punches in the dark. In 1980, after teaching Tyson all he could, Bob Stewart introduced him to renowned boxing manager Constantine "Cuss" D'Amato, who ran a gym in Catskill, New York. D'Amato, known for mentoring talented fighters like Floyd Patterson and Jose Torres, quickly saw Tyson's potential. He offered Tyson a place to stay and declared, "If you want to listen and stay here, you could be the world heavyweight champion someday." The relationship between D'Amato and Tyson went beyond that of a trainer and boxer. It was like father and son. When Tyson was paroled from Tryon in September of 1980 at the age of 14, he came under D'Amato's full-time care. D'Amato set a strict training routine, with Tyson attending Catskill High School by day and training in the ring each evening. He also entered Tyson in amateur matches and unsanctioned smokers to prepare him for older opponents. Despite this progress, Tyson faced personal setbacks in 1982. His mother died of cancer, and Tyson later reflected, "I never saw my mother happy with me. She only knew of me as a wild kid." Around the same time, he was expelled from Catskill High School for violent behavior and continued his education through private tutors while training for the 1984 Olympic trials. Tyson failed to make the Olympic team, losing to Henry Tillman, the eventual gold medalist. After this, D'Amato decided it was time for Tyson to turn professional. Tyson began his professional boxing career on March 6, 1985, in Albany, New York, with a knockout victory over Hector Mercedes in the first round. At 18, Tyson's strength, speed, and defensive skills quickly made him a feared opponent, earning him the nickname Iron Mike for his ability to defeat opponents in just one round. Despite a successful year, Tyson faced a personal loss when his trainer and mentor, Cus D'Amato, passed away from pneumonia on November 4, 1985. Kevin Rooney took over as Tyson's trainer, and less than 2 weeks later, Tyson secured his 13th knockout in Houston, dedicating the win to D'Amato. Those close to Tyson believe he never fully recovered from D'Amato's death. By 1986, Tyson had built an impressive 22-0 record, with 21 of those wins by knockout. On November 22, 1986, Tyson faced Trevor Berbick in his first title fight for the WBC Heavyweight Championship. Tyson won by knockout in the second round, becoming the youngest heavyweight champion in history at 20 years and 4 months, breaking Floyd Patterson's record. Tyson's winning streak continued as he defended his title against James Smith on March 7, 1987, adding the WBA championship to his achievements. By August 1st, he became the first heavyweight to hold all 3 major boxing belts, securing the IBF title from Tony Tucker. However, Tyson's performance began to decline. Once known for his complex offensive and defensive techniques, he started relying on a single knockout punch. Frustrated with his struggles, Tyson fired his trainer, Kevin Rooney, in mid-1988. Tyson defended his title twice more before his winning streak ended on February 11, 1990, when he lost to Buster Douglas in Tokyo. Despite knocking Douglas down in the 8th round, Tyson was knocked out in the 10th, marking the first knockout loss of his career. Undeterred, Tyson bounced back later that year by knocking out Henry Tillman, his former amateur rival and an Olympic gold medalist. After several wins, Tyson faced his next major challenger, Evander Holyfield. Holyfield had promised a title shot against Tyson in 1990, but after Tyson's loss to Douglas, Holyfield fought Douglas instead, defeating him by knockout on October 25, 1990, to become the new, undefeated, undisputed heavyweight champion. On November 9, 1996, Tyson fought Holyfield for the heavyweight title, but was knocked out in the 11th round, with Holyfield becoming the second boxer to win a heavyweight title 3 times. Tyson, feeling wronged by what he claimed were multiple illegal headbutts by Holyfield, vowed revenge. Tyson prepared intensely for a rematch, and on June 28, 1997, the two faced off again in a pay-per-view fight that set a record with nearly 2 million viewers and record purses for both fighters. The first 2 rounds were competitive, but the third round took a shocking turn when Tyson bit both of Holyfield's ears, severing a piece of his right ear. Tyson claimed it was retaliation for headbutts in their previous fight, but the judges disqualified him. On July 9, 1997, the Nevada State Athletic Commission revoked Tyson's boxing license and fined him $3 million for the biting incident. In October of 1998, Tyson's Nevada boxing license was reinstated, allowing him to return to the ring the following year. He secured 4 wins and had 2 no contests before setting his sights on reclaiming the heavyweight title in 2002. To achieve this, he needed to defeat Lennox Lewis, the reigning WBC, IBF, and IBO champion. The lead-up to the fight was filled with tension. 2 years earlier, after his victory over Lou Savarese, Tyson had provocatively called out Lewis and made a shocking remark about eating his children. At a press conference in January of 2002, a brawl broke out between the two, nearly canceling the match, but it was ultimately scheduled for June. Tyson lost to Lewis by knockout, marking the downturn of his boxing career. Tyson fought only 3 more times before retiring. After being knocked out by Danny Williams in July of 2004, he faced Kevin McBride less than a year later. McBride, an Irish journeyman and heavy underdog, was offered just $150,000 for the fight. Responding to Tyson's taunts, McBride declared, "When I hit you on the chin, you're going to take the whole of Ireland." He backed up his words, winning by technical knockout in the 6th round. Tyson immediately announced his retirement, stating, "I don't have the stomach for this anymore. I felt like I was 120 years old." In June of 2011, Tyson was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. In 2013, he launched Iron Mike Productions and began a career as a boxing promoter. Now, the former heavyweight champion is coming out of retirement for an 8-round match against Jake Paul. Originally scheduled for July 20th, 2024, the fight, which will stream live on Netflix, was postponed to November 15th due to a flare-up of Tyson's stomach ulcer. Mike Tyson fought in 58 professional bouts throughout his career, with an official record of 50 wins, 6 losses, and 2 no contests. Of his 50 victories, 44 came by way of knockout. He remained undefeated in his first 37 fights, until his famous loss to Buster Douglas in 1990. Tyson's legacy as one of the most dominant and fearsome heavyweights in boxing history endures, marked by his explosive power, intensity, and the cultural impact he left on the sport of boxing.